They didn't even ask. Okay. Mic check 1, mic check 2. If you are watching this live stream back on replay, take advantage of the chapters and go ahead and skip ahead to the start of the show. I'm still setting up and giving people time to tune in, but I am here. Hope you had an awesome day in the market today. Where are we at with this? Prompt no overlay. Got it. I see what's going on. We need this on the channel. There we go. And I'm going to put this on here and this on here while I finish setting up. I hope you guys had an awesome day in the market today. It was a little crazy. It was starting off crazy last night when we were doing the show. We were seeing that the SPY was falling, SpaceX was falling, lower than what it IPO'd to the public. So it was below 150. And yeah, it's a lot of gaps down, a lot of gap downs that's happening throughout the market. And yeah, that's what we got going on. So anyway, I'm still setting up, and we will be starting the show shortly. So let me see. That's right. Now we need this. All right, and this is not a stain. I was brushing my teeth. And of course, I dropped toothpaste on my shirt. So that's some water. It'll dry by the end of the show. So if you thought your eyes was playing tricks on you, they wasn't. Let's go to the earnings shot. There we go. Let's get this position where it need to be. There we go. Put this over here. I didn't even know that was all wrong like it was. Okay. All right, go back here. Q&A, Go here. Is it 11? Yeah, it's 11:01. Actually, guys, we can go ahead and get started because I'm actually prepared. I just needed to make sure I set that earnings up. Let me check these other websites we're going to visit tonight. Make sure that they're good. And one more. That's going to be 6. I just need to remember that that's 6. Okay, so we got 1. Let's do this again. We got 1, 2. Oh, you can't use that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is the calculator, 6 the extra. Got it. All right. Let me take that off. That don't need to be on that. There we go. Check my volume so when somebody leave a comment, it won't be too loud because it's gonna beep. Think that'll be fine. Yeah, that's not too loud. All right, let's fix this. Got the chat thing there. Put this here. Okay, and we can start, guys. We can go ahead and get started. Welcome to Market Recap Live. I'm your host, Joseph Martin, and thank God. Oh, thank God it is Tuesday. And tonight we are taking a look at ticker CCL. You might know them better as Carnival. Carnival Corporation Ltd was founded in 1972 by Ted Arison, with the first office opening in Miami, Florida. Now they're publicly traded on the New York Stock Exchange and have a market value over $30 billion. Yes, that's billion dollars. Carnival is in the hotels, restaurants, and leisure industry in the consumer discretionary sector, and they are listed in the S&P 500 index. Some of Carnival's competitors are Royal Caribbean Cruises Limited, ticker RCL, and Norwegian Cruise Line Holdings Limited, ticker NCLH. We're going to review Carnival's earnings, their website, and pull up the charts to perform a quick technical analysis. But before we do that, let's do our roll call and check our stream poll. We are streaming live on YouTube and Facebook. Let's get this chat going and tell us where you're tuning in from. Put a YT in the chat if you're tuning in from YouTube, and put an FB in the chat if you're tuning in from Facebook. While you guys are filling up the stream and the chat, here's the mission statement. We are building a community over here for people who want to take control of their financial situation by learning how to unlock the wealth building power of the stock market. And we are streaming live Monday through Friday following trading sessions at 11 p.m. Eastern Time. The U.S. stock market regular trading hours are 9:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern Time, and there's a link for the New York Stock Exchange calendar down in the description. All right, let's get to it. Let's go to these earnings. Bam. Bam. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Take the ticker poll off. Yeah, we all good. We all good. All right, let's get it started. Carnival, ticker symbol CCL, the $39.8 billion company, reported its second quarter earnings on Tuesday, June 23rd. They have a 52-week high of $34.03, which took place on February 6th, and a 52-week low of $22.58 that occurred on June 23rd last year, which is a trading range of $11.45. And they closed today at $28.72. Carnival earnings met market expectations on the top line, reporting revenue of $6.7 billion, but they beat on the bottom line as as record booking volumes and robust onboard consumer spending drove strong margins. EPS was higher than the analysts and market expectations of 34 cents when they reported an adjusted EPS of 41 cents. Carnival reported a GAAP net income of $537 million, which is lower than the $565 million net income they reported this same quarter last year. This represents a decrease of 5%. So for the second fiscal quarter of 2025, their net profit was approximately 5.2% higher than it is compared to now a year later. The earnings were released before the market opened, followed by a 10 a.m. Eastern Time conference call. As far as guidance, management raised its full year net earnings per share targets to $2.22. That 52-week high compared to today's closing of $28.72 represents a decline of 15.6% over a span of approximately 5 months. So if someone invested $1,000 in February at that 52-week high of $34.03, they would be seeing a loss of $156.04. Woo, we did that. We got through it, guys. All right, let's move on. Let's go here. All right, I am hot, guys, and I forgot to cut my fan on. So I'm gonna pull up the charts real quick. No, I'm gonna put the website up here real quick. Give me a second. Let me cut my fan on. Let me cut my fan on. I'll be right back. There we go. And I remembered to cut my mic back on. Boy, that'd be crazy when I be sitting up here just going and my mic be off. Gotta pay attention. Gotta pay attention. All right, we got the light. We got that. Where are we at? Here we go. Now, let's talk about why we visit these company websites. We're looking at the visuals and text to find answers to these key questions. What goods and or services does the company sell? How important are those goods and services to their customers? What makes this company stand out from the competition? And how well do they take care of their employees? We look for those answers in 4 main areas: the homepage for goods and or services, about us for purpose, vision, and mission statements, careers for employee benefits and opportunities, and investor relations for SEC filings and stock quotes. And for your convenience, all companies featured in tonight's live stream are down in the description for your convenience. Said it twice. Okay, now let's visit Carnival's website. Let's go over there. Here we go. Bam, bam, bam. Yeah, guys, there we go. All right, now I looked at this website earlier, so nothing we really need to go to is going to be on this website. So we're going to browse over it, and then I'm going to show you where to click to get to the actual investors and corporate website. All right, so we're just going to browse over this to see what the company's about. Cruises. Carnival, we packed you a great deal. Cruises from $189 per person. Bahamas cruise deals, Mexico. Guys, I'm noticing something. I don't have my cursor on, my little cursor tool. So I'm about to launch that and cut that on. Here we go. It's over here. Let me move it. I just need to cut my cursor on, make it easier for you guys to see what I got going on. There we go. All right, Mexico cruise deals, Caribbean cruise deals. Our top destinations are calling. Yes, they are. Okay, financing. You can even finance the doggone trip or vacation. Carnival Celebration Miami, Port Canaveral, Galveston, and Port Canaveral. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Adventures for all ages. Adventure for all ages. Relax and recharge. Find fun for everyone on board. Fun starts here. They even got comedy. Endless entertainment. Cheers to you. Okay, we're at the bottom of the page. All right, now, the stuff we normally look for, like careers. Let me take you off the screen so you can see this. Careers, about us. They do have about us on here. Right over here. But this isn't the actual careers and investor relations stuff. So we need to go to business ethics from this website in order to open up a different window to go there. But I already have that website pulled up. It would have put us somewhere we don't need to be. But this is the actual website. And the links to these websites are down in the description for your convenience. So here we go. Let's go to our company so we can find our purpose right here. Company information, our purpose, leading the way in the world of in world travel. There we go. Leading the way in world travel, charting adventure, achieving excellence. With the world's most diverse and dedicated employee base and a dynamic portfolio of cruise lines, we're leading the way in world travel by introducing passengers to some of the most compelling destinations on the planet. Got it. Progress and perspective, our purpose, to deliver unforgettable happiness to our guests by providing extraordinary cruise vacations while honoring the integrity of every ocean we sail, place we visit, and life we touch. Got it. Moving forward together, our values. Our 6 core values are the non-negotiable beliefs and behaviors that define who we are, what we stand for, and how we operate. So they have learn more here. Let me keep browsing down, see what else we got here. Our company, our history, leadership, board of directors, and their different cruise lines. All right. So you can definitely check that out. Remember, the links are down there. You can do that on your own time. We'll be all day. I want to move a little faster tonight. So that's our company. Let's go to careers. Come on now. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Here we go. All these cookie stuff. Reject all cookies. I don't want none of them. Close that out. Did they zoom us out? Let's see. Yeah, they did. So we zoom back in. Here are their different cruise brands or lines or stuff associated with them. I'm assuming they had a specific link for that for us to specifically find that out. Your journey, our future. Apply now. Guys, what we're looking for the benefits. That's what I'm looking for. So here are different openings that they have, but I don't see anything that stood out to me about the benefits. Okay. Sign up for job alerts. We at the bottom. We are at the bottom. Let's go back to the top. And let's see if it was anything I missed that may say anything about. No, I don't see anything about the benefits, guys. And I'm not going to tie us up on this. They probably don't have it. So let's go back to the home page, and we are looking for investor relations. We're going to go there now. We went to careers, media center, our portfolio purpose, our history, leadership border. There's careers. We went to that job variety, career development pathways, career opportunities. Right. Let's see if they have it on another page. Okay. Let's not give up that easy on the benefits. Ship operations and shipbuilding. Discover opportunity for all. Discover limitless possibilities. Shipboard and shoreside. Land-based roles. I thought those was some investing charts they had up there. Business operations, commercial operations and services. Information technology, sales, marketing, and service. Ports, terminals, and destinations. Careers at sea. Marine and technical operations. Hotel operations, specialty. Entertainment, youth and guest programs. Medical. Oh, they got a hospital on the, well, I guess you do need that. Casino, careers, career opportunity. Yeah, guys, I don't see anything about benefits. So let's go ahead and go to investors and get ready to move on. So financial information, we are on that page. So let's browse over it. Here's the ticker. They trade on the New York Stock Exchange. Here's the closing stock price for today. I'm going to click on see all in a second. I'm going to browse over this page and see what else I can find. So they got stock performance here. So maybe that's the stock information we need to go to right there. So let's go back up. Here we go. I said we was going to click here first. So let's click there. Yeah, it took us to the same thing, stock performance. So there we go. Ticker, stock chart, stock quotes. That's what we want. We're going to go to stock quotes. Here are some other tools that they have available for investors on this website. Let's go to stock quotes. Okay. That's kind of weird. Like most of the time when we go to stock quotes, they have the charts and the quote on the same page. So we got to go back to click on a different link to go to the charts. Hey, I guess that's how they wanted to do it. So there's the chart that they have available. Oh, that's a poor looking chart. We see a lot of charts. That one don't look, I get this a very bad grade. This is only better than the ones that don't even pop up. That's what I give that one. But come on, let's go ahead and move on. Let's talk about the mobile limitations. Because when it came to the company research, normally what I talk about is what customers and partners they have listed inside the S&P 500 who they're partnering with. But Carnival does not have any customers and partners that are listed inside the S&P 500. So because of that, we're just going to move on because they don't have anything. All right. So let's talk about this. Now, mobile limitations. Before we look at the charts, remember professionals trade from a computer, not a mobile device. Mobile trading apps are limited. Traders can lose critical details and advanced platform features using apps on phones instead of software on computers or websites. So keep in mind, trading from a smartphone is usually the least effective way for managing assets. To access the most details, it's best to use a full trading platform. Watch these streams on a computer or TV and only use your phone as a last resort. Now let's look at Carnival on the charts. Here we go. Put their ticker back. There we go. And we need this one. Got it. All right. And this is Carnival on the charts. Let me take me off the screen. We are looking at a 1 year daily chart, guys. This 52-week low was on June 23rd last year. We just made it for this one right here of $22.58. That's the 52-week low. The 52-week high is $34.03, so you can visually see it on the charts now. As far as technicals, we have a few lines on here, but we're going to go back and we're going to look at the 10-year weekly chart. So 10-year 2016, so we have that. Now, the 10-year high is $72.70. 10-year low is $6.11, okay? Now, with this huge drop over here, I don't think we need any price levels from over here on the left. So I'm gonna go ahead and put me back on the screen and we're going to focus on the week over here, the weeks over here. Since the price action, let me zoom in. Since the price action is right here, ooh, that week candle looks nasty. So this week, it came all the way down here. What's that low on that candle? The low on that weekly candle is $27. They had earnings today, right? Okay, so we're looking for support and resistance. This area right here. Yep, I'm gonna use a line, guys. So we're gonna use a price level line right there, $23.93. Now, why did I pick that price level? I'm gonna show you. This is why I picked it. As soon as I cut this mouse on and bring it over here so you can see it. Oh, wait a minute. Zoom back out, zoom back in. Something goofy happening. All right, so that price level, the $23.93, these candles are responding to that price level. It held that support. This candle also, let's use a different one. Let's use this. Just use the arrow. This candle's wick got below that price level, but it wasn't able to close below it. Neither were these. So the wicks came down and it's holding as support on that level of $23.93. Now, when we come back here, these candles, except for that green one, the green one opened just below that support, but it recovered strong. And then it held as support here on these two candles, the red one and the green one. It held as resistance over here on these two green candles. Okay, so it's a reason why I'm picking that price level. It's just not random and out of thin air. Then we have a gap over here that hasn't been filled yet on the weekly chart. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and put that there by using this. So give me a second. We're gonna use the rectangle tool, the high of this week to the low of that week. Then we're going to extend this over, turn it yellow so we know that it's a gap. Extend this over to December 1st, 2026. There we go. Bam. That's 2025. We got to go over one more year. There we go. Got it. All right. So that's a gap that hasn't been filled yet. And then today, there was actually a gap. Let me zoom in over here. So on this week, so this is the previous week, they had a gap up, but it's been filled since then. I'm just noticing that it was a gap. So let's go ahead and go to the 1 year daily chart in 1 second. I'm seeing, yeah, guys, this price level right here, this would be like a zone to me. So let me do this zone and then we'll move on. This would be like a resistance zone to me. So let me extend this over to, we go back one to get to December, and then we do this to go to 2026. There we go. All right. This is a resistance zone that I'm seeing. So I included the wicks, but you can see that this red candle open. If we extend it even further over to the left, just a little bit, we can go out a couple months. Just to cover that so you can see it. Those wicks weren't able to close in that resistance zone. These wicks got inside of it, but you can see this wick wasn't able to close inside of it. So I'm seeing that as a level of resistance on the chart using the weekly chart. So let's go back over to the 1 year daily chart. That yellow at the bottom look crazy. It looked like we got a whole bunch of stuff going on that we really don't. So let's zoom in over here. We can see that gap. Believe this is that week gap we were seeing right here. So this was Friday's close of that week. This is Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, because the market was closed on that Friday. And this is Monday's candle and today's candle. So here's that week gap we were seeing. So some of it still hasn't even closed. So what's the low of this candle? So the low of this candle is $29.86. The low of this candle is $29.87. So this is going to be the gap, okay? So let's do this gap first. So it's going to be the high of that day and the low of that day. And then we're going to extend this over, make it yellow so we can identify quickly that that's a gap. December 1st, 2026. I click 2, just fix that. All right, so that's a gap that hasn't been filled yet. And then you have a gap from this candle, Monday's low. Let me be specific. Monday's low to today's high. That's another gap. That's crazy. You got 2 gaps on one another. All right. So we're going to take this out to December 1st. And there we go. So that's some price action that has not been filled yet in regular daily trading hours. Okay. That has not been filled. Today's candle gap down. We had some support on there that we looked at from the weeks, and some of these were on there already. So it closed above the 200-day simple moving average, but it closed below the 9-day simple moving average. So you have a lot of people that's trapped up here. I wouldn't say a lot, but these people are trapped if they're in long stock positions. If they bought, they're all losing up here, and then it ended up gapping down. And then some of the longs in this candle are losing as well. That whole body. Because the close of today's candle is right here. Okay. So that's what I'm seeing on the technicals. I'm not seeing support until you get down here to around 25.48. If you wanted to make it a zone, you could. By doing this, what was that, 25.48? We can use the top of this candle, come over here to the low of this candle, extend this over to December 1st again. And then that would be a support zone, just making it a little wider. The top price of that zone is going to be 25.65 and the low is 25.48 or real close to it. 25.48. Yes, 25.48. There we go. All right. So that's my support zone. And this is the price action for today. So let's get the stock quote and then we can talk about the volume. So go up here to the settings. I have that on. All right, go to the floating data box, apply, okay, mouse over it. Okay, so Carnival opened today at $27.40. They had a high of $28.89. They had a low of $27, and they closed today at $28.72, which was a trading range of $1.89. The trading volume, 40 million shares were traded today, which is expected, but we need to find out what the average volume is to see how far this was above average or even if it was above average. All right, so let's go ahead and cut off the floating data box, take me off the screen and look at our volume labels. So right over here, the average trading volume for Carnival, guys, is 23 million shares in a daily trading session. So today's volume, the 40 million, was definitely above average. And what I meant by it's expected is because when you have earnings, which is what they had today, you usually see a spike in volume following an earnings announcement. Now, because the earnings announcement was before the market opened, it responded to it today. The market responded to it today. The previous volume, so this candle right here, that candle's volume is, let me erase these other two. Boop, boop. All right. This right here, previous volume. So we do see an increase in volume from yesterday to today. So that's Monday to Tuesday. Increase in volume, had more volume on the gap down, but it did recover well and get back above the 200-day simple moving average. Okay, now put me back on the screen and take them arrows off. We don't need all those arrows right now. Now we can talk about the volume rank percentile. So out of the most recent 252 trading days, guys, only 17 of those days had higher volume than today. So when we look at the volume rank percentage, volume rank percentile percentage is 93.3%, which means today's volume was higher than 93.3% of the most recent 252 trading days volumes. All right, got it. Now we can move on. We took care of Carnival. Let's go on. Let's move on. Let's move on. That's not the right button. There we go. Take that off. Go here. All right. Let's talk about this community support. Back to the community. I would appreciate it very much if you guys share the stream, Hit the like button, subscribe, and if you wish to send a monetary gift to support the content, Cash App and PayPal links are down in the description as well as on the ticker on the screen. Okay, now let's look at what the S&P 500 index did today by using the SPY ETF. This ETF gives investors an opportunity to participate in the broader U.S. market by allowing them to own a percentage of each company in the S&P 500 index. Now, let's go ahead and check that out. Let's go back to the charts. Here we go. And we're going to look at the SPY. So let's go ahead and pull that up. Put the platform disclaimer back up so y'all know what platform we using. Go over here to the symbol box, type in SPY, SPY, bam, there we go. All right, guys, this was nasty. Let me take me off the screen. 52-week low. Here's the last day, guys. So that was June 23rd of last year, $591.89. So that's about to go away. 52-week low is about to rise tomorrow. 52-week high, $760.40. Let's zoom in on where the price action is right now. So zooming in and looking at that, guys, immediately I'm seeing that we had a gap down today, and it was a nasty gap down. Okay, nasty. And I'm about to explain what I'm talking about. Yesterday, the SPY did close above the 9-day simple moving average, but it closed right on that level of support. I think it closed right below it. So the low of that candle, right, was $743.13. So it closed right below this level of support. So it gapped down on that. So let's use the rectangle tool to identify this gap. Make sure it's yellow. Extend this over to December 1st. Bam, 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 bam. Done. Okay. All right. So that's the gap down. Then it opened down here. It opened right here on the top of the body of this candle. Came all the way up here during today's trading session and then closed below where it opened at. That's extremely nasty to the downside. So right now it's looking really weak, guys. We need to incorporate the volume, but it's been looking weak since this gap up. So when it gapped up, it came back down and it filled the gap that was between these 2 days right here. This gave some type of hope, this candle here, but then it wiped that whole candle's body out the very next day and closed below that level of support. So that could have been an indication that it was going to fall down further. Then it cleanly got below this level of support at $737.05. And now it's like trading in this range back down here from this big bullish move it had on the way up from this candle that recovered off this zone of support we had down here. And the price levels inside that zone, $723.77. That's the lower end of the zone. The top end of the zone is $725.04. All right. And we can see that the price action is moving after hours right here. It's trading at 735, even though it closed at 733.58. That's a little too high. Let me fix that. This is what it's trading for now on the bid and ask. And this was what it closed at today. Okay. Now let's go ahead and get the ETF quote. Yeah. I was thinking about something. All right. Let's go to settings, cut on the floating data box, and let's get it. So the SPY opened today at $733.81. They had a high of $739.63. They had a low of $732.30, and they closed today at $733.58, which was a trading range of $7.33. Now, when we look at the volume, today's volume was 66.8 million shares of this ETF was traded today. So we're going to take off the floating data box and we're going to look at the average trading volume for the SPY. So take me off the screen. Average trading volume for the SPY is right here, 73.8 million. Guys, this is coming down because we were at 75, then it creeped down to 74. Now we're at 73. Okay, so today's volume is below average at 66.8 million shares of this ETF traded. We did see an increase in volume because yesterday's volume was 46.6 million shares. So that was this candle right here. So we did see an increase with this candle forming, but it's still below average. All right. Now let's put me back on the screen and let's talk about the volume rank percentile. So it's more on the low side, guys. The volume rank percentile is 43.3%. So that means that today's volume is only higher than 43.3% of the most recent 252 trading days volumes. Okay. So 109 of those days were below today's volume average. Today's volume. So you can see days below and days above. And since the days below is a smaller number, you're going to get a lower volume rank percentile average percentage volume rank percentile. All right, now let's go ahead and move on. We done with the SPY. We doing pretty good, guys. Let's move on. Let's go here, put that up here, take the SPY off, go there, we can go here. All right, let's talk about it. Now let's look at the S&P 500 biggest gainer and loser of the day. And first, we're going to look at the loser so we can end the night on a high note. All right, so let's go back to the charts. There we go. And let's go over to the Market Watch tab. I don't want you to see this because I want to make sure that I did this right. So just sit tight. Let me go ahead and make sure I did this right. Yep, I'm glad I looked, because this is not right. So let me go ahead and fix this. Do that. Go here. I don't want to spoil it, guys. I don't want to spoil it. All right. I need one more second. Yep. This is what I was doing when I was setting up earlier. All right. I got the visualize done. Okay. Now I can bring you over so you can see it. Market Watch quotes. Here we go. Bam. Yep. All right. So we are looking at the biggest loser for today, guys, is ticker SNDK, Sandisk Corporation. Guys, they lost 13.64% today. The previous close was 200. Not 200. Give me a second. The previous close was $2,273.73. They closed today at $1,963.60. So they lost 13.64%, which we already talked about. So let's do a hypothetical, pull up the calculator. Okay, if somebody had invested, let's say $6,300, and they lost that 13, so we multiply 13.64%, turn it into a decimal, negate it, equal, they would have lost $859.32 of the $6,300 investment. Then we add the $6,300 back to it, and we'll see how much they would have left. They would have $5,440.68 left of their investment. All right. Now let's go over to the Analyze tab, and we are going to find out what sector Sandisk is in. They are in the information technology sector. So now we're about to see how that sector performed and the industry that Sandisk is inside of. So let's go back over to the Market Watch tab. I'm pausing and thinking. I'll explain to you what I was looking at when we get to the chart. So let's go over to the Visualize sub tab. And now we are going to narrow this down to look at the information technology sector. So that's right here, guys. Let me take me off the screen and make this easier. So here's the information technology sector, and we are looking for Sandisk. So Sandisk is over here in the technology, hardware, storage, and peripherals. And this industry is also the same as the sub industry. They're the same. Technology, hardware, storage, and peripherals. So we can see it's kind of balanced. Sandisk, Seagate, Western Digital. The few greens we have is Dell, Hewlett Packard, and HP Incorporated. All right. Now let's go back to the Analyze tab. And right here, before we visit the website, Sandisk Corporation, here's the website link. Also, a link to their website is down in the description for your convenience. Let's read a little bit about this description. Let's read a little bit about the company with this description. Sandisk Corporation develops, manufactures, and sells data storage devices and solutions using NAND flash technology in the United States, Europe, the Middle East, Africa, Asia, and internationally. Got it. Now let's go to their website. That's going to be this. Yes. All right. Put me back on the screen. We already had it up, and we can go here. Got it. All right. So we're going to browse over their website. And I believe what we need to look at is going to be at the bottom. So for match day moments, got videos up there. Upgrade your space, not your laptop. Guys, it's storage. Basically, it's storage. USB-Cs, USB, all of that. Saving space. Storage, storage, storage. All right, we're down here at the bottom. Let me take me off the screen. Now, we're going to go to About Us, we're going to go to Careers, and we're going to go to Investors. So let's start with About Us. Put me back on the screen. Here we go. A Sandisk studio production. That's some type of video up there. About Us. At Sandisk, we keep people and businesses moving forward with inspired innovations to actualize their potential. Who we are, our vast portfolio of flash products enables a seamless and simplified world of resilient data expression and storage. Okay. Innovation, sustainability. Oh, that's our principles. I jumped over that real quick, didn't I? Our principles: innovation, sustainability, collaboration and community, responsible leadership. Innovation, propel progress. Okay, this is a data center AI data cycle, pushing data center possibilities to fuel and mobilize the future of AI capabilities. Okay, invest in tomorrow, sustainability, build better together. Got it, got it, got it. Guide the way. So here's leadership. Okay. Now we're down at the bottom. So we already went to About Us. We handled that. So let's go ahead and go over to Careers. So take me off the screen so you can see it right here. Bam. Join Team Sandisk. Now, guys, you know what we're looking for. We're looking for the benefits. It's right here at the top. They made it easy. So we're just going to browse over this website, and then we're going to go ahead and click that link. All right. Got it. So join Team Sandisk, inspire and innovate one pixel at a time. Meet Sandisk, student and grads, benefits. Where's my cursor? There it is. Benefits. Our teams: finance, strategy, technology, engineering, global operations, people and experience, legal and compliance, sales, and marketing. Got it, got it, got it. All right. And they break down the hiring process. I like when companies do that. It helps the candidate prepare for the job. So that's dope. All right. Find the perfect role. All right. So let's go to benefits, find out what they offer the employees. How well do they take care of their employees? All right. All of that stuff is right here, guys. Take your time. And remember, links to the website are down in the description for you to look at this on your own time. Healthcare, lifestyle and well-being, and financial benefits. Got it, got it, got it. All right, now let's go to the investors section of the website. Is right here. I was just checking to see if you could see it. So investors, they took us to a whole nother website. So let's blow this up, zoom in. We're already good. That's good. Boy, good. All right, investor relations. Sandisk announces participation in investor conferences. Got it, got it, got it. So here are some stats. Over 35 years of global trust, over 11,000 total patent assets worldwide, and over 10,000 employees worldwide. There's some other stats there, but just reading a few of them. All right, quick links. And we're at the bottom. All right, so we can go up here to the top right here where it says stock. Here are some investor tools for people interested on their actual website. We are going to go to stock, quote, and chart. Remember earlier when we looked at Carnival and they had the stock, quote, and the chart on separate parts of the website? As you can see, well, once this chart loads up, that this is on the same page in the same section. So I believe some of these websites outsource the data and bring that in through somebody to be able to bring the stock chart up on their website. So sometimes it takes a while to load. So that's why I chat to you for that to happen. So that's where it is. So it loaded up, and here are some other tools. Now let's talk about what I found in my research about Sandisk. All right. So let's talk about it. When it comes to, I skipped something, Sandisk Corporation, ticker SNDK. When it comes to their goods and services, they manage proprietary flash storage manufacturing across the enterprise data center, consumer electronics, and mobile computing markets, offering solutions such as, number one, complete flash storage options, including enterprise solid state drives and portable memory cards for global technology infrastructures. Number two, scalable hardware storage products, including high capacity flash drives, embedded memory modules, and internal hard drive replacements for electronic hardware manufacturers. Number three, and optimized data management systems tailored for artificial intelligence workloads, low latency processing, and high density information architecture. Looking at their S&P 500 customers and partners, notable names include Apple Incorporated, ticker AAPL, Dell Technologies Incorporated, ticker DELL, and HP Incorporated, ticker HPQ. Got it. Now let's look at them on the charts. Let's look at Sandisk on the charts. Here we go. Charts, bring you over. Bam. We have their ticker up. We need the right disclaimer. There we go. All right. Now we are looking at a 1 year daily chart. And this is what I was looking at that had me a little flustered when I was talking earlier. Guys, they're moving. So they closed at 1963, but now they're trading at it's a spread, 1984 and 1987 on the bid and the ask. Okay, so that's what caught my attention earlier. We're looking at a 1 year daily chart. Let me take me off the screen so you can see the 52-week low. The 52-week low right here at $40.10. 52-week high, crazy guys, $2,354.39. Wow. Okay, now we had a huge gap down. Let me show you something. Let's go over here to the 10-year weekly chart. And as you notice, that's not 10 years. Of course it's not, because Sandisk just broke off into its own listing at the beginning of 2025. What week is this? Yep. So that was February 2025. That's why it doesn't go, excuse me. That's why it doesn't go back 10 years. So their 2-year low is $27.89, 2-year high, $2,354.39, which is also the 52-week high right now. All right. So this is extremely bearish looking, but this is a weekly candle. And this candle is not going to finish forming until Friday. So right now it's forming a bearish engulfing pattern, clear as day, because it's an uptrend and it's at the top of that trend right now. Okay, let me put me back on the screen. Now, let's go over to, I guess we got some levels over here from when we were using the 1 year daily chart. All right, so let's go back over to the 1 year daily chart and let's zoom in on the current price action. Since we've did some technicals on this stock before, we really don't have much to do, but we're going to put a level of resistance right here at Monday's high, which is also the 52-week high of the $2,354.39. Okay, so here's the gap down that happened today. So Monday's low and today's high. There we go. Now edit properties, make this yellow to identify that it's a gap. Bring it over, make it easy for you to see. Take this over to December 1st, just to give it some time. Now, here's what's looking bearish to me. One, it gapped down. Let's start there. It gapped down. So when we're looking at a red candle, we know that the close is on the body at the bottom. It's the bottom of the body. So the bottom of the body is going to be the close, which means it opened here, the top of the body today. But it closed lower than it opened. Not only did it close lower than it opened, it closed below the 9-day simple moving average, guys. Right above the area of support that I have on the chart of $1,895. Okay. And that's going to be around a psychological level of $1,900 anyway. I got quiet because that's actually, yeah. I'm paying attention to this price moving over here, guys. It's got like a $10 spread on it. Okay, so let's finish looking at our supports and resistance. I'm trying to see if I see anything else besides this zone. Nah, that's all I'm seeing. It's such a wide price range. I believe Sandisk is going to do a stock split soon because they're already trading at over, or they have been trading at over $2,000. So I wouldn't be surprised if they start voting on a stock split. It's a little bit easier to do the technicals when the price gaps are not as wide. They're very wide. So you're going from here at 1,500, and I'm rounding down, 1,500 to 1,800. And that's, you can really round that off to 9. So that's like a $400 difference right there because it's moving so crazy right now. Okay. So if this doesn't feel, you're looking at resistance here, or I'm seeing resistance here at $2,191.69, as well as trying to fill this gap to the top of that zone, which is going to be the low of this candle. Okay. So that's what I got for the technicals. Let's go ahead and go to get the stock quote. So I cut on my floating data box. Let's talk about it. So Sandisk opened today at $2,007.70. They had a high of $2,060. They had a low of $1,949.96. And they closed today at $1,963.60, which was a trading range of $110.04. Now, the trading volume, guys, was 12.8 million shares of this stock was traded today. So we need to find out what the average trading volume is for Sandisk. So we're going to take the floating data box off. Here we go. And then we're going to take me off the screen so we can go check it out. So the average trading volume for Sandisk, guys, is 11.6 million shares in a daily trading session. So today's was slightly above average. Okay. We did see an increase in volume from up here. So this was Monday's candle. And here's the volume on that candle at 9.9. So we see like a 3 million share increase. I'm rounding it. Okay. So let's talk about the volume rank percentile. Put me back on the screen. So it's at 59.9%. So today's volume was higher than roughly 60% of the most recent 252 trading days volumes. You can see the days below 151 and days above 101. Okay. So we got that looking at the volume. So the volume was slightly above average, not too crazy, even though it had that gap down. Okay. All right. Now we can move on. We can move on. Now we can talk about the biggest winner. You know, we call it the biggest gainer now. I don't even know why I talking about the biggest winner, biggest gainer, guys, the biggest gainer. Bear with me. Let me put the like up here. All right. So we're going to go back over here to the market watch tab. Let's reset all this because we're about to look at a different company anyway. Span this over, condense that, minimize it. That's another way of saying it. All right. Then we're going to go over here to the analyze. Nope. We're going to go over here to the quotes sub tab so we can get to the market, to the watch list. Now, here we go. So the biggest gainer, not winner, biggest gainer for today is ticker AXON, Axon Enterprise Incorporated. They gained 5.61% today. Their previous close was $410.03. They closed today at $433.04. Okay, let's do a hypothetical and pull up the calculator. That's going to be 5. Clear this out. So we're looking at, let's say somebody invested $3,500. We can leave that. That's a crazy number, $3,522. And they got that 5.61% gain. We will multiply this number by 5.61. Turn it into a decimal as the percentage and hit equal. They would have gained $197.58. And we would add this back to that crazy number I used, which was $3,522. So the total investment would have grown to $3,719.58. All right, we got it. Now, Let's go over to the Analyze tab and see what sector Axon is in. They are in the industrial sector. So we're going to check the sector and the industries that Axon is inside of. So we're going to go up here to the Market Watch tab, and we're going to go to the Visualize tab. Open up the S&P 500, and we are going to start looking for it. So it's in industrials. That's financials. Here's industrials. So bam, go inside there. Take me off the screen, make this easier to see. And now we are looking for Axon. Axon. Here they are. They're in aerospace and defense industry. We go inside there, and it's the same sub industry, guys. And there's Axon. Okay. So it looks like I'm seeing more green than red in this industry inside the industrial sector. Okay, so let's go back to the Analyze tab. Here's the company profile, Axon Enterprise Incorporated, and here's the link to their website, and the link to their website is also down in the description for your convenience. All right, so let's read a little bit about the company. Axon Enterprise Incorporated provides public safety technology solutions in the United States and internationally. Got it. I did some research anyway, so we'll look at that in a second. So let's go to their website. Put me back on the screen. There we go. So I'm browsing over the top real quick. Public resources. Yeah. So I think everything we need to see or look at as far as like the different places we go, about us, careers, and investors will be at the bottom of the page. So let's browse over the homepage and see what we can find and learn about the company. Protect more lives in more places. Experience the leading operation system for public safety. See Axon in action. Find vehicles faster. Gain visibility and insights across your entire camera network with even more flexibility in how you build it. Gotcha, gotcha. Force multiply with the AI era plan. Revolutionize real-time operations. Take to the skies. Protect against aerial threats and deploy drones. Wow. As first responders, DFR with Axon's end-to-end drone solution for public safety. Boy, they got it going on, huh? Protect your airspace from unauthorized drones. Look at this equipment. D-drone. Whoa. It's interesting. Stop a threat without taking a life. A new era in less lethal technology is here with Taser 10 and Axon VR training. You can practice zapping somebody like a video game. Safer communities start with smarter tech. Axon AI is here. Our commitment to responsible innovation. Moonshot 50 and 10. Work at Axon. News and insights. Join public safety's most trusted ecosystem. All right, we're down at the bottom, and it's not blocking any of the links that we need to see. So we're looking. So here we go. Under company, about Axon, we're going to go there. We're going to go to careers, and we're going to go to investor site. So they're going to take us somewhere else to be able to do that. Okay. I keep looking over here, guys, because I'm trying to figure out what's going on with the chat. So with me using this new software, oh, somebody is watching. Okay, cool. Got it. So I need to go here to be able to see it. Got it. Okay. So about Axon, let's go there. Got it. So products, solutions, training, careers, news. Yeah, we got it. So we want to find out about the benefits. So let's browse over this page. No, we're not at careers yet. We had about Axon. We just browsed over the home page. I got distracted looking over here. Here we go. Transforming public safety with technology. So they have a video here you can watch. Remember, links are down in the description for your convenience. Protect the life. You can browse through this like here. Preserve truth. So those are the body cams. Accelerate justice. They help with the filing, our impact. So here are some stats. Over 300,000 lives saved. Over 6 million uses in the field. Over 99% resulting in no serious injury. Our executive team is made up of tech leaders with diverse backgrounds and a singular focus. Visit us. So here are the different locations that they have, even in London. The latest impact. So those are different data points. Where is the bottom of this page? I mean, we are just scrolling, ain't we? Okay, there we go. So we got through that about us. Let's go over to careers. Here we go. All right. We're on a mission to protect life. Got it. So open roles, getting hired, diversity and inclusion, and culture. We are looking for the benefits. So let's browse over this page to see what we can find. We're building technology to change the world, pursuing society's most formidable safety and justice issues with our ecosystem of devices and cloud software. So these are the different headquarters. So that's in Scottsdale, Seattle, Boston, San Francisco, New York, Denver, Ho Chi. I'm not going to butcher that. You read it. And I think London is the last one. Yep. All right. Our benefits. We got it. We found it. Here we go. Our benefits. Axon's mission to protect life starts with our employees. We empower our employees to care for your whole selves. And that starts with providing top tier benefits. So they have health and wellness, financial security, supporting our employees, and career development. They have drop downs for you to browse through this a little bit more to get more information. And remember, links to the websites are down in the description for your convenience. All right. So let's go ahead and go to investor relations. I don't even see the click thing to go backwards. I got it, guys. I got to drag down really far over here. There we go. Here we are. So investor site. Bam. That was easy. All right. Zoom in, zoom out. We good on the 150. So they trade on the NASDAQ. There's the ticker. There's the closing price, the net price change, and the net percentage change. I'm going to browse over this, and then we're going to look at the stock quote and the charts that they have available on their website. Got it. Protect the life, protect responsibility, investor facts, contact us. All right. Thank you guys for tuning in. Please hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. I definitely would appreciate it. So here we go. Stock info right here at the top. We click that. They have the stock quote and other tools for investors to find on their website as well. Let's go to stock quote. Here's the stock quote information. Doesn't look like they have a chart that comes up though. Okay. And I don't see anything else that says chart. Right over here. Why? Click over there. Oh, there it is. Interactive chart. There we go. So here's the chart that they have available in the other two. So they had theirs separate like Carnival had. All right. Now let's talk about what I found in my research about the company. So let's go here. We have their ticker up. Yes, we do. All right. So Axon Enterprise Incorporated, ticker AXON. When it comes to their goods and services, they manage integrated hardware and software solutions across the law enforcement, public safety, and private security markets, offering solutions such as, number one, complete physical device options, including conducted energy weapons and body-worn wireless cameras for public safety officers. Number two, scalable cloud ecosystem products, including cloud-based evidence networks, digital media repositories, and productivity applications for law enforcement agencies. And number three, optimized dispatch network systems tailored for real-time situational awareness, multi-agency response, and comprehensive incident records management. Looking at their S&P 500 customers and partners, notable names include Motorola Solutions Incorporated, ticker MSI, Amazon.com Incorporated, ticker AMZN, and Microsoft Corporation, ticker MSFT. All right, now let's go to the charts. Here we go. Bam. We still had them pulled up. Yes, absolutely. Got it. Now, charts. We are looking at the 1 year daily chart for Axon, 52-week high of $885.92. Wow. And it came all the way down to $339.01. So I'm interested in seeing. Before we use that tool, let's go look at the 10-year. So here's the 10-year weekly chart. Let me take me off the screen so you can see this. 10-year low of $20.57, 10-year high of $885.92. Now this is this year, or within the most recent 52 weeks. So that's why it's also the 52-week high. Okay, crazy gain right here. I'm gonna use the tool over here first. I'm gonna try to get this candle, try to get it on the low, and then go to this 10-year high. Guys, that's a gain of over 4,000%. You can see it with your own eyes. Feast in. Oh my gosh. All right, so let's remove that tool, move that drawing. Let's go back to the 1 year Daily chart, put me back on the screen. And what I'm about to do, I'm gonna connect to that 52-week high, to the 52-week low, and see what the percentage loss is. They lost 61.73% in less than a year. So that was a big drop. They lost over 50%. Let's remove that tool. They consolidated here for looks like about a month and a half in this range. So we had this on the chart as a support zone, and it was trading inside of it for a while. It did fall out of it for a minute over here. What month? So that was in March. So this is in March when it fell out of that zone, broke out of the zone momentarily. Then it gapped out, not gapped out, but popped out here, failed to reach the 200-day simple moving average. And it's almost coming right back down to the top of that consolidation zone. Okay, so I'm gonna remove all those arrows. So what I'm saying is, if I was to make this a box, like use the rectangle tool, because that's the support zone. I want you to see what I'm talking about. So like the highest point in here, like right there on this candle's high. Let me use a line right here, price level. And I'm expand this and drag this up so you can see it. This is the top of that consolidation zone. This wick popped out of it, but you can see that this candle right here, today's candle, this green one, came right down to test that consolidation zone. You see how these wicks, these candles are respecting, except these two, respecting that price level of $413.66. This candle closed below it. This wick was not able to close below it, but then it opened right above that price level today and came up and tested that 9-day simple moving average, but it closed right below it. Okay, so that's what we're seeing on the price action. I would not be surprised if it doesn't get back above this 9-day simple moving average, that it falls back into this consolidation zone. So this is the support zone, but from 413.66 to 378.89 is the full consolidation zone. Okay, consolidation price levels. Now, that's all I got for the technicals. So let's go ahead and go to the settings and cut on my floating data box, and we can get this stock quote, guys. So Axon opened today at $414.44. They had a high of $441.11. They had a low of $414.44, and they closed today at $433.04, which is a trading range of $26.67. Now let's talk about the trading volume. Guys, they traded 1.1 million shares of this stock today. We need to find out what the average trading volume is for Axon. So we're going to take this floating data box off, take me off the screen. Now, here we go. The average trading volume, guys, is less than a million. It's 800,000. Let's round this up. 900,000 shares is what they trade on average in a daily trading session. So they did 1.1 million. So that's above average. And that was this. Oh, it's acting up. Give me a second. That was this candle. Now here's the previous candle. This is Monday's candle, that red one right there. And here's the volume for that. 907,000 shares traded on that red candle. So that was slightly above average. So now let's talk about the volume rank percentile. Guys, this stock does not really get above those price levels often. So here's where this tool becomes really powerful, this volume rank percentile. It's in the 76.2% percentile. And it was only 2 million, not 2 million, 200,000, right? 200,000 shares. So I'm rounding this up to 900,000. So if we add 100,000 to it, that'll put us at 1 million. But to put us at 1.1 million, it would be an extra 200,000 shares traded. So you can see what I was trying to do with the math. And I blocked it so you couldn't see it. So let me show you what I'm talking about. 200,000 shares more than average put this in the 76.2 percentile. So let me explain that. So if we round this up to 900,000, There's 200 and add 200,000 to it. That gets us to the 1.1 million shares in a daily trading session. And that puts us at the 76.2 percentile. So it's not often that it trades above average like that. Not far. It's not often that it trades 1.1 million shares above average. So when we look at that, only 60 days had higher volume than today's volume. Only 60 out of 252 trading days, the most recent 252 trading days. All right. I know that was kind of jumbled and all over the place, but if you've been following the whole live stream, you know how we explain that and how we look at that. Okay. So I'll explain it a little slower and then we can wrap this up. So out of the most recent 252 trading days, guys, only 60 of those days had higher volume than today's volume on this green candle. Volume rate percentile was 76.2%, which means today's volume is higher than 76.2% of the most recent 252 trading days volumes. Bam, we got it. Woo. All right, guys, we got through it. We got through the show. So let's go ahead and go here and we can wrap this up. We can wrap this up. Go ahead and put that there and take that off. Got it. All right. Go here to Ninja. There we go. All right. You already know. I hope that you learned something and I hope that you earned something. Thank you guys for joining me tonight. This Sunday, June 14th at 9 p.m. Eastern time, we're reviewing this week's performance of the 11 sectors in the S&P 500 index, companies that stood out, notable market news, and performing a live Q&A so we can focus on building our community. And make sure you keep tuning in weekdays following a market trading session at 11 p.m. Eastern time. Take care and God bless.